I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and I guess if I turn on the liner, this won't show it all. Not that going to do me any good, okay? I should have put that one on. It's not even going to do this. Maybe it will. Anyway, I'm putting this up because this is April Fool Day of 2019. 40 years ago, in the night, well, it was like last night would have been, and now this morning's first. I woke up and went to the emergency room at West Paces Ferry, and I was almost dead. And how I managed to walk away from it, really something, I don't know. So I'm not going to go any further here. The only thing is recently the Wayne Williams murders. I wrote about mind control murders and my kidnapping and who my father is and my mother and what happened to them. And when I was born in 1939, I was kidnapped in 1941 from England. My real name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and the name I have to use is Peggy Ann Dempsey. I'm married to Childers. I was brought here. The Illuminati took my father down. Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, Kennedys, Roosevelt, the president, was Jewish, etc., etc. So they took my father down, Edward VIII, because he wouldn't go along with them, wouldn't take orders from them. So now you have the United Nations as a result of that very act, and the act of kidnapping me. Victoria II, legal heir to the British Crown. So now that my name was stolen and I've lived in hell, and I'm sure my parents did, their ID was stolen. Wallace Simpson married a double, an imposter, one of them. And this is how history remains. So I want to get to this part. In 1976, I was living at Moonraker Apartments and doing a medical malpractice book. I'm not going to put the name up anymore. I was almost killed more than once, but April Fool Day of 1980. And Wayne Williams, the murders down there, he's in prison. I recently heard on NBC, Lester Holt, a brief announcement that they were looking over the Wayne Williams because he was found guilty of only 2. And but the murders continued to happen after he was locked up. So anyway, I was hoping, because for Wayne Williams, I mean, I talked to his attorney, all this back then. Oh God, it was such a nightmare, and I was almost killed again. And I've put this up. What I wanted to get to now is talking about mind control murders, how you can cure an illness you created, the Tesla files. Now, and I keep mentioning because his happened while I was doing the book at Moonraker, Marietta. Larry Flint, Hustler magazine publisher, was shot in nearby Lawrenceville by a program shooter. They had him in court, and when he walked out, he was shot, and the person was programmed, mind control used, and Mr. Flint's insides were all over the sidewalk in Lawrenceville. So there you go. Anyway, I knew how he was murdered, and it was done in patterns. Later, I'm skipping all the April Fool Day of 1980 and all that, and I'm going to 1983. I ran in a campaign to replace one of the doctors, oddly enough, U.S. Congressman Larry McDonald, doctor at Piedmont Hospital, which, anyway. Larry McDonald's plane he was on, the KAL, went down August 31st of 1983. Juneau, Alaska. Hey, Al Roker. He's up in Anchorage, I think, doing the weather up there. Wow. Cold. Anyway, I'm going to lose my train of thought. Let me get back to it and not make this so long, because it's taken me like going on 2 days now to put up one video. So anyway, I'm flown out to Mr. Flint's, and he helps me in the campaign. And the plane, the KL, was actually the pilot was programmed to fly into Russian airspace 10 miles in where it was shot down. Now then, Larry McDonald was supposed, I hope I'm not getting this confused. I hope you can understand my life has been a living hell. And me trying to tell this. And I wonder why. Because I cared. I have sons that I hope are alive, and I get to see again, and they're well. Because that's the reason. Okay. So I'm just going to skip to it and get to this. By the way, Congressman Larry McDonald was supposed to have gone down on the plane. 296, I believe, or 286 drowned. Richard Nixon was on it and taken off just prior to takeoff. So you got two of these people so involved with what happened to me. One was supposed to have gone down, and other people have said it just as I have. Larry McDonald wasn't on the plane. It was to make it appear he died. So I want to get to this mind control murders done in patterns. Recently, well, it's been a year ago, I guess, Samantha was a sister, half-sister to Megan Markel. I'm not going to try to break it down and tell you the connections or links or names. Samantha's very important in this, the name, and I've been putting it up for a year, so they're scattered over my videos. Anyway, she's a white lady. The father's white, and Megan is a nickname for Margaret, I believe. I'm correct here. And Markel is M-A-R-K. That's my son's name, Mark. He's heir after me to the crown, not William Kate. They're all a bunch of thugs and criminals, and they represent the Illuminati. They stole it when they took down my father. Someone said the monarchy really stopped back then, and she was so right about it. They're talking about doing away with it now. My God, my father had the guts to lay it on the line, and then his daughter kidnapped me, and all these lies, for God's sake, because all these criminals don't punish me and my family and the Brits. So here is Samantha is very important in all this, the name, and I'm not going to try to explain it. One day maybe it'll be told. If I'm alive, I would. Anyway, Megan married Harry, who there's a question if he's the real Harry. It doesn't matter because Elizabeth is a war criminal, and Philip, and the rest of them, her little kiddies and offsprings and all that, because they all know. Now, I'm not even going to say anything when I said offsprings. I mean it, because they'd go on doing the same thing. Now, the murders that have happened, I mentioned this about Samantha was such a important name in mind control, and then linking Megan Markel and her sister Samantha. And by the way, she's supposed to have her baby, I think, this month. Now, this is going to go off, and I'll probably lose my other two that's going up because I'm jammed. My internet is jammed getting to it. Really, I can't even see right at the moment. So I don't know how this will turn out. I guess it really doesn't matter. I put so many up there. Anyway, in this, by the way, the people that took my phone and gave me this one, a look-alike, there's something into all this that I really hope. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to skip. No, I'm not going to tell about that. I'm just going to say this about, make a couple of connections here. And these people did not, to my knowledge, hurt me. Where I'm living, there was an Uber driver about 3 doors down about a week and a half ago at the most. Stayed parked there about 3 nights, I believe. I didn't look out every day, but I think that was it. Unusual in that I haven't seen one parked around here at all till then. Now then, Samantha is a young lady, college student from Columbia. I'm not going to give any more clues there. Some people have heard that I love very dearly myself, and he knows who I'm talking about. Very good person who never intended to hurt anybody. Now then, this young girl was a student, Samantha, and I've forgotten her last name. And here's kind of the links. She got into what she thought was an Uber, and he takes her 80 miles away, and I've forgotten his name. I think excuse me if I'm confused you with one of them. I think his name is Nathan or Nathaniel. Anyway, I guess I'll relook that one here since, okay. She thought it was she called the Uber driver. She got in, and he locked the back doors, and she couldn't get out. So he took her off and killed her. Now, I want to get back to some things happened to me other than this pattern deal and where this took place in South Carolina around it. And her name being Samantha, and I think his was Nathan. And okay, I'm just going to give this part if you've followed me, and so somebody can get on here and say that's crazy and call me names. No, it's all true. Yes, it's all true, and I bet this isn't going to go up, so let me get it on here quick. Some things happened, and you can go back. It happens back going to the bank on January the 1st. What's this? Was that January the 1st or 2nd? And what happened after then? The bank, like Wells Fargo Bank, suddenly their bank's up somewhere where the computer's down, etc. Well, something happened to me that day at the bank and then to Kroger, and then on to a cab driver who suddenly was assigned to me. It was driving a limo, and he was an African American. And by the way, he did nothing wrong in all this that I know about. But anyway, it was part of this whole thing linkage. Anyway, I think he only came and picked me up, take me to the bank or grocery store. Yeah, I think, yeah, a couple of times. Now then, quite frankly, some other stuff happened to me a few months back. Something did, and it kind of scared me. I get in, he's got a beautiful car, and it's who I get the ride through. I thought, well, at least maybe it's, well, I didn't think about it not being safe, and it was safe. Point being, it was beautiful limo, unusual to send a limo after me, excuse me, and I got in, and lo and behold, he locked the doors, back doors. I couldn't get out. So I said something, and he said, no, I'll come and let you out. And so this happened 2 or 3 times. I think he picked me up. Very nice, but he always locked the door, and that did bother me, not being able to get out. Now then, this girl, Samantha, who the name Samantha is so important. Okay, this is still going. Okay, suddenly I had to cancel an appointment with him take me to the doctor because of the sleet and snow a few months ago. So he said, well, he didn't even have me down anyway, but he was praying for me and wished me well. Okay, if that had happened, the back door's locked or all this, okay, I'm just giving you this. Okay, now then, I get this person on here, and her first name, it's odd how I even got connected with her on Messenger. Okay, her name is the name of, you've got Carl and Peggy, the twins that were murdered, and they gave me Peggy's name, took my identity. Okay, it's about twins. Okay, you've got Carl, what's the feminine for Carl? Okay, this person, okay, gets involved in all this, and then on YouTube, her name is Samantha. And I'm not going to go any further because I don't want to respond in any way to this person. I really don't. And I'm going to leave it at that. She can say what all she wants to, and she's gotten away with it. So anyway, I'm just going to leave it there. Then she changed her name to Native American when all this guy was going. She very well knows what she's doing, I can assure you. So you're going to say, well, where does this come in? Well, her name on YouTube was Samantha. That's what she come on as. And then later, I did talk to her once, at most twice. I don't think twice on the phone. But she very well knew where the Samantha. So she was well versed in this, and this is all I'm going to say about her. Okay, you got the Samantha there, and the feed in here, and somebody's going to say, yeah, lady, you just, and then I'm going to leave it right here. I woke up this morning, I've gone and give all this, but they already knew who I am before I came here in 86. They knew about all the murders. I took the anesthesia, the files that were given to me, and I handed them to the media. Nobody would touch it. That either up here in Charlottesville. And that was Anna. You can say what you want. It was Anastasia, a cousin of mine. So now then, where am I? This morning, there's a local girl, and I'm the one trying to tell her that I didn't commit any murders. For God's sake, go after the people that did it. Don't go after me. Shows how much you give a rat's about me. Hey, I'm Brit. Well, my mom was an American. It's okay that you like Georgia O'Keeffe, my aunt. Or maybe you don't now. Maybe you've tainted her. I'm going to leave it at that. Somehow it was okay to do all this to me, get away from me, and it won't happen to you. That's a lie. You should have helped me. So now then I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm tired and putting this. I woke up this morning, which is, I was awake at midnight prior to the first, back 40 years ago when I was almost killed on and on, but that one really got me. The other one would have too, had they been able to succeed in it. But anyway, I woke up then about, just before I got up, about 6 o'clock. Yeah, it was WFIR here. They were giving a message that the mother, and this is where I get in trouble, they have a lot of clout here in power. I've just told you the truth, and it is unbelievable to me that this person and family and group that they get together could not have supported me in telling this whole thing, other than going off in another direction and telling about, and I'm not even going to say anything else because I sit here, they are very important. I'm not, little me over here, hey, put her over in the corner and shut her up. But anyway, the locals will interview her. And her daughter was hurt in this, and I'm very sad. I'm the one telling you about it, for God's sake. And here I am. Nobody will talk to me, but they'll take the microphone and go over and give them 10, and I'll get clout now. I really will. I better get the hell out of Dodge. I can tell you. So I'm going to leave it there. They were interviewing her on WFIR, who knows all this. I had been listening to George Norrie, coast to coast. I'm going to leave it at that and hope I'm alive and get the hell out of here and find my children and wash my hands of this whole friggin' bit. There's some people on YouTube and Facebook, and especially some Brits, the Brits,